Hello everyone, this is my 6 month and 2 week update. Yes, I kind of forgot to update you on exactly the 6 month mark. But for those of you who don't know, my name's Ben and I had a gastric sleeve done on the 20th of December last year. It's now the 29th of, oh God, I got to check, I can't remember. May. Right. So my starting weight was 25 stone 2 pounds. Then I went on the pre-op diet and I went down to around 23 stone 8, something like that. And now, 6 months after, I am down to 16 stone 13 pounds. So just under 17 stone, um, which is obviously fantastic. I have noticed around about the last couple of weeks, my weight loss has really slowed down. I used to lose about 3 to 4 pounds a week, sometimes more. And then sometimes I'd end up losing like 3, 4 pounds in a 24-hour period. It was honestly random and sporadic. But I really feel it that day when I'd look back the next day, I'm like, oh, I was so fatigued the day before. I just weigh myself out of interest. Well, I've lost 4 pounds. So I can kind of feel when it's doing its job, which sounds silly. Um, but yes, so what's changed since my last update? I am now incredibly active. There is a cycle hire scheme in my city. So I will admit I don't hire the normal bikes normally unless I have to. I will go on an e-bike. It obviously takes less effort, but I can go longer distances, which is fantastic for going to see my friends, going to bars to do pub quizzes and so on. Um, and I try and do. I do a minimum of like 3,000 steps, and I know the normal person is expected to do what should really aim for more like 10,000, but that's excluding my biking, and I can do. Yesterday I did about 5.5 miles. The day before, similar. I haven't been out yet today. I'm going to go out. It's just getting dark here. I'm going to go and do like 3, 4 miles shortly. I'm eating normal food. I had my first quarter of a slice of a pizza last weekend when I was out with friends. The only place that we could get food was a pizza place. So I took a tiny bit of someone else's meal. Brilliant. Um, I'm not sure I liked it. It's a pizza place where, like, before I had the surgery, I'd have eaten there and I'd have loved it. My taste buds have definitely changed a bit. I can now tolerate some flavors that I never contemplated before. Like, I will go for really spicy food now and spicy sauce because it just feels like my taste buds are only working to like 60% of their previous capacity. So I feel I can do it. I know if I'm doing bad or I've had too much because I'll just start sweating. So yes, on that, I've definitely worked out how much food I can take before I should stop. It's a little harder with like soups because it's so easy to go down. It's just a liquid, but I will feel quite clammy on my forehead. I will feel a thin veil of sweat, and if I then continue, it'll then properly start sweating. Um, I only used to do that when I ate before. I used to sweat um, when I was probably trying to eat the last piece of like a 12-piece extra large Domino's pizza. So one other thing that, if anyone notices this or gets this, let me know. On my left side, where obviously the stomach is, my new stomach. Um, if I like move in a certain direction or I sit up on my chair like that, a couple of times a day, it feels like a click, like clicking your fingers, but I feel it in the stomach there, and it's like a click, and I'm like, that feels odd. Why am I getting a clicking noise or clicking feeling? It's not a noise. You can just feel like when you bend a ruler or something and it goes back into place. It's like a boop. Odd. But let me show you some before and after. And before I do that, I'm going to make myself smaller. I'm going to go here. Let's go down here. So this was my weight before. For those of you who are kilograms, 160 kilograms. And to be honest, I was probably even higher than that. I've given it away myself at this point. So yeah, this is what I am now, 102 kilograms. So yeah, you're talking like 58 kilograms essentially lost. So here's the question I'm sure people will ask. I'm just gonna actually let me go back full screen for a second. I've got no issue doing this now. So I'm just gonna stand up so you can get like a full body. And I'm wearing an extra large t-shirt, by the way. This is why it looks big. But you can see there's still some fat on the go. But this is basically my belly. You can see marks here. It doesn't feel bad, and it doesn't. I've seen some people who are, I feel sorry for the ladies who have had this. They do look like it looks pretty bad. This is probably gonna have to get sorted. I'm gonna probably have to have some surgery for that. But the most annoying part is down at my groin. So let me get down here. Let's see if I can get down. Can I get down there? Yeah. So you probably can't see this. I'm going to try and do this without exposing any skin or anything I shouldn't. But I've got this, and it doesn't pull out, but there's clearly loose skin here, and it's the same the other side right here. So let's just say I'm not overly pleased with how I look when I'm in the nude, but there we go. What was I doing? Yes, I'm going to show you some before and after pictures because you haven't seen many of them. This is before. This was taken probably the day before I had to quit drinking and go on the liquid diet because I've got my backpack on, and in there would have been my iPad, and I was going to a pub quiz. You can clearly see the size of the belly, the size of the thighs, humongous. And it is embarrassing to look back at this picture. And I spent years looking like this. And then a picture that I took yesterday. That's not the picture I took yesterday. This is the picture I took yesterday. In the same lift. You can tell absolutely there's a humongous difference. I hadn't done my hair. But I was very pleased with seeing this. And my mum, let me get on my Facebook for a second and just show you a few pictures that my mum took and then sent to me of me just being out and about, me just living my life. I met her to have some dinner. Oh, there's one picture. You can see how before I was way wider, way bigger in the stomach area. It wasn't a lot of fun. And here's me in a restaurant, looking very thin. So I've got a bit of ways to go yet, but I am absolutely loving life. I have no issue with this down here, I showed you earlier. As it stands, I can live with that. That's very easy to live with. I just love the fact I can do 5 miles on a bike and not be out of breath. I love the fact I can now walk many, many miles and not be out of breath. I love the fact I can walk back and forth to the office multiple times a day. And I want to do it. It makes me feel good doing it. I haven't touched any alcohol. The only thing I got hiccups. I've only just eaten. I had like a tiny cottage pie that was about that big, and I ate it all. Bloody lovely. But yes, on that, I know this is a bit all over the place. I'm sorry. It's just all coming into my head. Let me talk a little bit about the food that I do eat. I obviously just fill this up with water and just drink. Sometimes, though, I forget to drink the amount I should do. So I have some popsicles, as the Americans would call it. What's it called? Trees. I basically will have this if I know I haven't taken a fluid in on the day. Let me just open the right thing. Here we go. Let me make myself smaller. I'll basically have that. I'll have one of them. I mean, obviously, it's not 100% ideal, um, but from chatting with my dietitian, that they obviously advised against it, but 11.6 g or grams of sugar, I can get away with that. So I will do that if I need to. Um, in terms of stuff that's like bad, no. I haven't had a fish and chips dinner. I haven't had a curry dinner. I haven't had a Chinese in over 6 months. I'm not even sure if I'd enjoy them now, even if I tried them. My mornings start with taking all my meds. I say meds, supplements, and the stuff, the antacids for my stomach. I'll take like the multivitamin, the calcium, zinc. I also take a stool softener because I've noticed I wish I'd started doing that sooner. Constipation isn't fun when you get to like day 5. So a stool softener and a laxative like as a tablet. That means I can go every day. If I skip a few days of not taking the stool softener, um, it's like trying to pass a brick. It's just fucking impossible. So yeah, and then I'll have a protein shake in the morning to get a bunch of protein in. The same one I showed you before, the fuel one. Lunchtime, I'll either have a meal like a soup at lunch, or I'll have a soup at dinner. So it's either or. But I've become a big fan of Marks and Spencer's mini meals, which are, as I said, they were tiny. You can get protein rich food there. You know, like I just had cottage pie. I think I've ordered loads of shepherd's pie, lamb hot pot, beef hot pot, bangers and mash goes in just fine. They're tiny. They're serving. I think they're basically made for the OAPs and probably those who've had surgery of some kind and can't eat a lot. They're like less than 200 calorie meals. The ones I eat, they taste absolutely amazing. And I've been doing that, and the weight's just been falling off still. The last week, I've probably only lost about 3 pounds at a stretch. It's slowed down, as I said, just in general. I don't know why, but it has. Um, yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. Anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know. But I'm going to give it another 6 months because I've been told, and it's common knowledge, that you'll lose weight for like a year. I'm going to give it 6 months, and then I'll talk to a surgeon, a plastic surgeon, about sorting my stomach out. Because I have absolutely no desire to put on weight. I have no desire to go back to where I was. I will always remain this way, and I've got very used to it, and it's just fine. I have very few problems, apart from occasionally when I guess I haven't taken or I haven't had enough protein or one of my minerals. I will stand up and my head will shake, like I'll be dizzy for a few seconds, and I have to like hold on to something. That happens once every like 2 weeks or something, probably. I haven't figured out the root cause of that, but it does. But apart from that, awesome. I highly recommend the surgery to anyone. And if you're from the UK, check out the video up there where I got the surgery done with Vitality for £2,500. I got them to pay £7,500 towards it. Check that video to find out how you can do that. And I'll see you guys later.